Hey, everybody. Hey, happy Thursday. I hope I am in the right group. Do you guys ever do that? Go live and like, oh, I hope I'm in the right group. Hey, guys, let's see who hops on. If you guys jump on and I am, in fact, in Sarah's group, you guys let me know. Okay, Sarah's there. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited. Hey. I wish y'all could see my living room. I am currently trying to put together this. It's called a gentleman's chest for my teenage son. When I ordered it, I did not realize it came with 1,000,000 pieces. Not even kidding. 1,000,000 pieces. So anyways, y'all, I'm so excited to be here. I have to tell y'all a funny story before I get into the seriousness. But if you guys don't know me, my name's Christina Williams. I have been working, my Plexus business for about 5 years. And about 5 years ago, maybe 4.5, I was at my very first Plexus event and I was in hog heaven. I'm from Georgia, so I don't know if everybody says hog heaven, but anyways, it means like the best place ever. And I was just enamored with the Plexus world. I had never been to a Plexus event and they really just were over the top, right? So I find myself face to face with my good friend Sara, except at the time we were not good friends. At the time I was a total fangirl, right? Because Sara was like an expert, a pro, a professional. And I was just a brand new person. I was a school teacher by trade. I had no network marketing skills. And here I was face to face with Sara Marble. And y'all, of all the things I could have said to her, here's what came out. Oh my gosh, Sara, I love your eyebrows. Which I do, for the record, I do love her eyebrows. But there were so many other things that I also loved about her. Our team grew a ton because Sara was willing to make videos and kind of tell us what to do. So anyways, it was really a funny way to, introduce myself to her. So anyways, she still remembers it now. So I guess it was a decent first impression. But let's jump in. I have to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous because I still feel like there's so much that I have to learn. Okay, so when you look at me, you guys probably, if Sara has filled you in, I'm a Diamond Senior Ruby, which is really crazy in and of itself because you guys, I am just so regular. I mean, the most hot mess express mom and wife and gym rat that you've ever seen. There's just nothing that special or extraordinary about me except for two things. And I'm going to get into that tonight. But there are two things that make me special. And I've learned to just step into that. And basically it is my discipline, my ability to be disciplined, which shows itself in the way of consistency, and my grit, my just unwillingness to stop. So those are the two things that when people say, tell me all your secrets. Those are two of the things that I land on. But lucky for you, I have a whole lot more to tell you guys tonight than just be consistent, right? Because if it were that easy, we would all be there. A little bit about myself, my journey. You guys, I was not a fast starter. It took me about 3.5 years to go Emerald. When I started Plexus, I was teaching 4th grade full time. I'm a mom of 4. At the time, I was a mom of 3, including a nursing newborn and 2 older kids. My kids range in age now from 16 to 3. And so when I started, I was finishing my 2nd graduate degree. I was the definition of busy. Like I said, I taught full time, had a bunch of kids, was in graduate school, was planning a wedding. Actually, today's my anniversary. And so there was a lot of things going on. Right? There's a lot of reasons why I could have said Plexus probably isn't going to be for me. And what's funny is I did. I told Brittany no. Brittany's my best friend and my sponsor for an entire year before I ever started sharing Plexus. And I liked the products. It was a timing thing for me. And Brittany, in so much love and in so much grace, just continued to follow up, continued to be persistent, continued to just love me and cast vision for me for what this opportunity would do for me. And so when the timing was right, I jumped all in. Okay. Full disclosure, I am an Enneagram type 3. I am as red as they come when it comes to color personalities. So the good news is you guys will either love me or you'll never want to hear from me again. And I'm okay with it either way. I hope that you love me. I will always, always tell you exactly like it is. And sometimes that's hard. Right? There are some people on my team that, listen, I'm extra for them. I'm a little too much, and that's okay too. Thankfully, I have partnered with a lot of other strong leaders who are a little less rough around the edges, but I just prefer a direct approach. I prefer people to tell me like it is. I want to know where I stand, and I want somebody to basically kick me right in the tail if that's what it takes for me to hit my goals. Because guys, that's why we're here. Listen, I love that best friends and relationships and fun and growth, I love that all of that is part of this. But y'all, people are here to reach their goals. And if you're not willing to tell them like it is in love, then that is an indicator, don't miss this, of a lack of integrity within your relationship. So as an upline, as a sideline, as a whatever, guys, if there's hard truths that need to be said and you're not willing to say it, it is a lack of integrity in that relationship. And when I heard that the first time, Bob Heilig is who told me that. When I heard that the first time, it all of a sudden just gave me kind of the authority to have the hard conversations. So just know that, because here's the thing, there's a few things I pride myself on, and being a woman of integrity is one of them. And so if not telling people the hard things was going to equal a lack of integrity, well, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. So there's a way to deliver it in love. And so I hope that that's what I can do for you tonight. Quick recap, 3.5 years to Emerald. So that was April of 2019. Okay, 2019, I was Emerald. I hit Emerald in April of 2019 and never hit it again. Okay, so we went to Hawaii in September as a new Emerald, a new non-maintaining Emerald. Hit Emerald one time, did not maintain it. Went to Hawaii in September. And if you guys know anything about the way the Emerald trips work, after July, you have to hit Emerald 5 times within the next year in order to go back to Hawaii. Okay, so I come home from Hawaii and immediately start to panic, because here we were now October, and I had to figure out some way to get back to Emerald 5 times before July. Okay, so if you know anything about Enneagrams, as a type 3, fear, one of my greatest fears is shame or worthlessness. And so for me, all I could think is, what if I can't get back to Hawaii? What if I can't get back to Hawaii and everyone thinks I'm a fraud? Everyone thinks that I'm worthless because I will have hit this rank and I've not been able to maintain it. And then, oh my gosh, what does that mean for me? And so for about 3 or 4 months, I worked like a crazy person. I'm not kidding. I worked from such a disgusting place of scarcity. I worked from such a terrible place of fear. I was all over the place. And it just was not productive. Okay. Was not productive. So December of 2019, remember I hit Emerald in April. So in December, still not maintaining, I ended December at 995 points. Okay. And listen, some of you guys might think, well, good for you. It took you that long to hit a wall. It did not take me that. There were other walls. The first time I ever attempted to go for Senior Ruby, I announced to my team, we're doing it. We're going Senior Ruby. Let's go. And you guys, I missed it by 3 points. 3 points. Like missed it. Fell flat on my face. Woke up on the first of the month and we did not have it. We ended at 747 points. And so I had to go to my team and say, team, we did not make our goal. And that's okay. And so that gave me an opportunity to grow, obviously. But I tell these stories because people look at us now and think they've got it all figured out. And guys, if you think that we've got it all figured out, just know underneath the awards and medals that you guys want to put around our necks, there's lots of scabs and bruises and broken bones and lots of times where we fell flat on our face first. Okay? So anyways, December 2019, 995 points. And I came to a place where I literally said, you know what? I'm going to surrender. I had been striving and striving and striving. And there had been some other stirrings in my heart. I knew that the Lord was chasing me. Several of my sideline friends, my upline, had just been so precious in just sharing the love of Jesus with me. And anyway, so in December of 2019, I just said, you know what? I'm surrendering my whole life. My whole entire life, my family, my business. And I remember even praying, God, listen, if I have to give this up, if I have to give this up to serve you, I'll do it. And instantly it was like, no, you can serve me. This could be how you serve me. This could be your platform. And y'all, I'm telling you, from that day, my whole mindset changed from, okay, what's built in striving must always be maintained with striving and hustle. But what's built in grace, it can always be maintained in grace. And so I tried to become, I'm learning every day how to be a life-giving leader, a servant leader. And so from that day, I decided to just dive into personal growth. I had been avoiding that. Y'all, I'm a workhorse. I am not kidding. I work the hardest of anybody on my team. And for a long time, that's where I found my identity. Like, I'll recruit the fastest. I'll develop more silvers. I'll do whatever I could do. And Brittany told me, she said, Christina, it's not in what I need you to do. It's in who you've got to become. And so I realized a few things. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And you guys are either going to like it or you won't. And it's okay. You are in your business exactly where you deserve to be. And some of you right now are going, oh, whatever. She doesn't know. I should be a senior Ruby by now. I should be a diamond by now. I should be. You guys, listen. Responsibility and ownership. It needs to start today. You are in your business exactly where you deserve to be. If you can accept that truth, if you can accept that responsibility, then you have the power to change it. But as long as you're looking left and looking right and blaming, as long as you're casting out and giving responsibility to other people and other circumstances, you'll never move forward. Because, guys, listen, no matter what you're going through, I know somebody in this business who's gone through it and overcome it. So it's not an excuse. You are where you deserve to be because it means that there's something you don't know yet. Thank God he did not let me become a diamond 3 years ago. Thank God I wasn't given that responsibility 3 years ago. I wasn't ready. 3 years ago. Okay. December, 995 points. In March, I recruited a friend of mine. I had been prospecting her for over a year about the opportunity. You guys, I do a ton of prospecting about the opportunity. Typically, I dance back and forth. I might initiate a conversation with the products, but I always follow up with the opportunity. Always, always, always. So by the time someone joins my team, they've had several seeds planted about the opportunity. Okay? Always. So when they come in, they know an opportunity comes with this. Right? If they're not interested in an opportunity, that's fine. But I give everybody the opportunity over and over and over and over again. So my friend Terry joined my team in March, and I casted such strong vision for her. I did events for her team. I did 3-way calls. I did anything that I could because remember, at this point, I was completely surrendered. And I just said, God, bring me leaders. Bring me leaders. If you bring me leaders, I will do anything I can for them. And Terry went Emerald in 3 months. Okay, so that was definitely a huge boost of momentum. And now before you guys get all jealous or start comparing, listen, there are problems with going Emerald in 3 months. Okay, Terry will tell you there are problems with going Emerald in 3 months. Everybody got problems, you guys. Whether it takes you 3 years or 3 months, you got problems. Okay, so don't sit over there and be envious of Terry because I'm telling you, she got problems. It's real hard when you end up as an Emerald and you don't have any foundational knowledge or skills of network marketing, right? It's real hard to learn all that in 3 months. So people have problems. Number 1, stay in your lane. Okay, so anyways, my point is we had things happening. At no point in my journey did I kick my feet up and stop working. ever. Ever. My team could have never known if I was maintaining or not maintaining because I showed up with this posture every day. Every day. Whether I was down, 100 points, 1,000 points, whatever. This is how I showed up. So my team never knew. Now that all this, we're on the other side of it, and I've been very vulnerable and open with them about the process, and I've shown them month-to-month point comparisons. It's so funny because none of them knew. And I'm like, well, how did y'all not know? And they're like, because you showed up with such confidence and such belief in where you were going, we just trusted you meant it. We just knew you would figure it out. And so we did. My point being, the compound effect of consistency. For the 4 years since I started to March of last year, it was 4 years, okay? Actually a little more than 4 years. I never stopped working. I never took a break. I never cut myself some slack. We always kept doing the activity. Guys, there's only 4 pillars you have to get good at if you want to be a diamond. How are we on time? Okay. 4 pillars you have to get good at. You have to get good at recruiting. You have to get good at retaining. You have to get good at duplicating. And you have to get good at leadership. And so if ever there's a problem in your business or someone on your team's business, it almost always has to do with one of those 4 pillars. So the good news is identify the pillar and then get good at it. So for 4 years, even though we had not arrived, we always worked as though we would. So what happened is Terry joined my team and her team had a little kick of momentum. But y'all listen, momentum begets momentum. Few things I'll say about momentum because that's what everybody wants to know. And I'll tell you why they want to know it. I hit Sapphire in May. I hit Diamond in June. I hit Diamond re-entry in July. I re-entered and hit Silver, Senior Silver, Gold, Senior Gold, Ruby, Senior Ruby. Kind of back to back to back. I hit Senior Ruby last month, which was January? So basically back to back to back. And people will say, well, that's because you had a girl who joined your team and went Emerald. And here's the thing. If Terry's whole team went away, we would still be Diamond, Senior, Ruby. So my point is momentum begets momentum. Momentum also always starts with a leader. Always. If you're sitting back waiting for a rock star to come, just know it is your responsibility to be your own rock star. It's your responsibility. You can create momentum. If I had sat back and waited for somebody to join my team, we'd still be waiting. I was out there actively pursuing leaders. You guys, in January of last year, remember I surrendered my whole business, told God, bring me leaders, send me out to find leaders. I'll do whatever I need to do. I started inviting dream teamers to breakfast. I mean, lifelong mentors of mine. If you've not watched my Diamond Doc, my softball coach is in it. She was a mentor of mine my entire life, and she would be fantastic at this opportunity. And so I invited her to breakfast, and we met several times, got her on the products, right? She never ended up working this business, but in the meantime, what happened for me is it just built my belief that I could do it. I didn't die. I took someone very influential to breakfast, and I didn't die. Which meant that the next time the opportunity arose for me to take someone else to breakfast, I did that too, right? So I started doing dream team coffees. I started doing coffee chats with my team who's not local. I have a very big local team. So I get to do events with them every month. Every month we do a breakfast bunch, super fun. But I have a team that's not local. So I started doing coffee chats on the computer. I started doing vision casting calls for my team. I found out that we were a really good recruiting team, but there was something being dropped a couple levels deep, and I couldn't figure out what it was because I was developing silvers and golds, and some of my level 1s were, but there was some inconsistency with the duplication, and I found out people don't know how to cast vision. People don't know how to tell people what this opportunity can do for them. They pussyfoot around it like, oh, please, maybe you should take a look at this. Or, if you don't have anything else to do, look at this. And I'm over here like, I think people are ridiculous if they're not doing this. And that is the kind of posture that I always have when I'm talking about the opportunity. So I started doing vision casting calls for people. If they didn't know how to talk to people about the opportunity, bring them to me. I'll do it. Right? And you guys, if you don't know how to do a vision casting call, there's some on my YouTube channel. I've recorded them. Check them out. But basically just be bold in showing people what this can mean for their life. So we just started putting things into place. And basically what you saw happen in my team last year, in Brittany's team last year, in some of our sideline teams last year, it's just the compound effect of consistency. It's not a secret sauce. It's not a magic weapon. It is just the power of consistency. Doing the same things repeatedly over time yield a very, very powerful result. So people ask me all the time, like, tell me what happened with your team last year. I'm like, consistency. Consistency happened with our team. So you're where you deserve to be in your business. You can change it. Number 2, y'all listen. Does your work ethic match your dream? If you're sitting over there with diamond-sized dreams, but you're sitting over here with a minimum wage work ethic, those don't jive. I know diamonds do a really good job of showing the glitz and glamour of our lives, but you guys, we're some of the hardest workers that I've ever met in my entire life. And I've been in a couple of different career fields. Been in banking, I've been in restaurants, I've been in a school system. Diamonds work, sapphires work, emeralds work, right? Is there benefits of time freedom, and is there stuff? Sure, of course, but you got to earn your way there. So does your dream align with your work ethic? If not, fix it. Either water down your dream, which is a terrible idea. Don't do that. Or increase your work ethic. You need some recommendations for books? I got you. 12-week year. You should read that. It's a great one. Mine's right over there. The 12-week year is fantastic. The 10X rule, fantastic. Figure out how to have a work ethic. It's important. Your team will never do more than you do. Ever. They will, as a matter of fact, do about half. So if you're only reaching out to 5 people a day, no, your team's only reaching out to a couple. If you're only doing 1 3-way welcome call a week, know that your team's doing 0. Momentum starts with the leader. What are you willing to do? What are you expecting your team to do that you're not doing? Ownership. Increase your work ethic. Okay. And then one other thing I want to talk about is belief. You guys, someone somewhere along your path has either told you that you can't do this, has told you should be further along than you are, has told you this isn't worth it. They've told you something, and we're going to talk about that. I have some notes down here, so if you see me looking down, that's why. But there's a couple of reasons that I found that people don't believe in themselves. Number 1, you don't believe in yourself because someone told you shouldn't. You'll never amount to anything. Or more specifically in Plexus terms, you're not the kind of person that's a diamond in that company. You're not that girl. So you don't believe in yourself because someone told you shouldn't. Number 2, you don't believe in yourself because you fear failure. You know why you fear failure? Because you focus on all the times you failed. You focused on all the times that you have failed. Number 3, the reason you don't believe in yourself, you focus on the lack in your life instead of the abundance. Guys, somebody somewhere is praying to have your problems, whatever your problems are. Somebody somewhere wishes they could just have yours. We focus on the lack instead of on the abundance. And then the last reason I find that people don't believe in themselves is because you never had the support to build up your self-esteem in the first place. And guess what, guys? I mean this in the nicest way possible. Get over it. Get over it. If you've never had somebody who helped you build self-esteem, go build your own. Go read, Get Out of Your Head. Go read, Get Over Your Blank Self. 2 other great book recommendations. Stop blaming your lack of self-esteem on your childhood or on your mama or on your whatever. Get over it. Take ownership of your life and decide to create something different. Guys, it's hard to believe you can do anything if you don't believe in yourself, let alone this business where there's already enough people who are judging you from the sidelines. If you don't even believe you can do it, why would anybody else? Nobody is going to heed the sound of an unsure trumpet. And if you're not sure about yourself and your ability to go to the next level and your ability to get things done, why would anybody else follow you? Okay, so good news is if those are you, I got some tips for you. Number one, opinions are not facts. Whether or not someone told you should be further along by now, maybe you were the someone. I should be a this by now. I should be a that by now. I should have that. That's an opinion, and it's not fact. You need to understand that it's an opinion, and it can change. Just because someone else doesn't see your worth doesn't mean no one ever will. Do you know the most satisfying feeling I've had since becoming a diamond? Seeing people out who doubted me, who ridiculed me, who rejected me, and just getting to nicely, sweetly wave at them. Because I could have let their opinion take all of this from my family. I could have. But I didn't. Opinions are not facts. Okay. Number two, growth takes time. Give yourself a break if you did not make it where you wanted to be by a certain amount of time. Growth takes time. If your work ethic matches your dream and you're focusing on the most important things while working, okay, guys, scrolling is not working. But if your work ethic is where it needs to be and you're focused on the right things, then it might just be a timing issue. You might just have to trust the process. Don't let the pressure of expectation take away from your self-belief. I'm going to say that again. Don't let the pressure of self-expectation take away from your self-belief. You guys, you are not a list of all your successes and all of your failures. You are so much more than that. So growth takes time. Let yourself grow, let yourself fail, get back up again, let yourself grow, let yourself fail. You guys, your team will respect it. They will value it. It will make you seem relatable. My team loves me even though I missed a rank. My team loves me even though I didn't maintain Emerald for almost an entire year. My team loves me. You know why? Because they mess up too. They've not met their goals before too. Number three, about self-belief or self-doubt. Fear cannot stop you. Fear is a choice, okay? Listen, you can never eradicate fear, ever. Diamonds have fear. Diamonds, senior rubies have fear. We have fear. You can never eradicate it. But you guys, listen, you can starve it. You can starve the fear by building and feeding the self-belief. Starve the fear, feed the belief. There are several ways that you can grow your belief in yourself. You guys, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. That's a great book. The Magic of Thinking Big, another good one. Work on growing yourself. If you're a Jesus follower, the Bible has a lot to say about who you are. You don't get to pick and choose which parts of the Bible you believe. If you're a believer, then you have to believe what Jesus says about you. Starve the fear. Guys, fear holds you back from trying in case you fail. Fear stops you of letting go of opinions in case they're right. Fear stops you moving forward. But guys, let go of it. Adventure forward with careless abandon. So what if you fail? You know what's worse than failing? Freaking quitting. I would much rather fail than quit. I'd rather be a failure than a quitter because at least that means I have a chance to do it again. I got a chance to get it right. Face your fears, face that rejection, go to that coffee date, get on that Zoom, do that 3-way call, host your own training instead of waiting and whining for your upline to do one. Do your own and realize you won't die. Failure is just another opportunity to try again, except this time more wisely because you'll have experience. Number 4, You are unique. You're unique. Stop trying to be Sarah Marble. Stop trying to be whoever you're trying to be in Plexus, whoever you love and whoever you respect. Stop trying to be them. The world already has them. Go be you. You are different. You do not have to have support to believe in yourself. Now, you're on Sarah's team, so I know you've got support. I know there are people cheering for you. But guys, you can connect with what you believe in. And if you believe it strongly enough, you can achieve anything. Anything. I'm a firm believer that your circumstances in life are neutral. They're not positive or negative until you attach a thought to it. Based off of what you think, then you will have feelings, which will then lead to actions, which will then lead to results. So you want to change your results? You don't change your results by changing your actions. You change your results by changing your thoughts. It's a story for another day. There's actually a video on my YouTube about that. Okay, number 5, my best tip of all of the whole night, and then I'll stop talking. You are capable of restarting. Let me say that again. You're capable of restarting. If you've been stuck, stagnant, stale, still, restart. You have an option, a choice, a chance to move forward. It's time to reset your mindset and your life. Draw a line in the sand and just refuse to quit. Just refuse. Acknowledge how you feel and then realize you have ownership over the thoughts that cause the feeling. Okay? Feelings come from thoughts. Your thoughts don't come from your feelings. It's always thoughts first, then feelings. Change your thoughts, change your life. Guys, why not you? Why not you? If it can happen for me, it can happen for anybody. 2 things that I will tell you were my secret sauce. I decided to be the most consistent person on my team. When I didn't feel like it, when it didn't feel good, when I had to tell other fun things no. Sometimes you have to say no to good to say yes to great. And I just meant I was going to be the most disciplined, the most consistent. No matter what, no one was going to out-discipline me. I meant it. You should too. And then I meant that no matter what, my kids would never see me quit. Ever. Ever. My grit would outlast anything else. And so I just showed up every day. Every day. I will still show up until the day that I die. I will show up to serve other people and help them have what I have. But guys, it comes from belief. It comes from your purpose. It comes from knowing that you are shining for something so much bigger than yourself. You can make a decision today. You can look back in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and all this could just be a blip on the radar. Part of the story that you get to tell that will inspire and change everybody else's lives. It's up to you. You have everything that you possibly could need to go be successful. So decide that you are successful and then chase after it. All right, guys. See you later. So fun. Thanks, Sarah.